I never thought I'd be posting something like this. I'm a 32-year-old guy, married for 5 years to my college sweetheart, Dana. We have a nice house in the suburbs, decent jobs, and from the outside, everything probably looks perfect. But I'm sitting here at 3 a.m., drinking whiskey straight from the bottle, wondering how my marriage turned into this mess. It started 3 months ago. Dana had been working late at her marketing firm, which wasn't unusual during campaign season. But something felt off. The way she'd come home smelling like unfamiliar cologne. How she'd take her phone to the bathroom, even for quick trips. The sudden password changes on her devices. Classic signs, I know, but I trusted her completely. Until I didn't. I found the first evidence accidentally. Dana asked me to email her boss about a dinner cancellation using her laptop while she was in the shower. When I opened her email, there it was, dozens of messages with a guy named M, with subject lines like, "Missing you already," and "Last night was incredible." My hands shook so badly I could barely scroll through them. Explicit details of hotel meetups, inside jokes about deceiving me, plans for their next rendezvous. I felt physically sick, like someone had punched me in the stomach and kept punching. When Dana came out of the shower, I was sitting there, staring blankly at the screen. She knew immediately what had happened. "I can explain," she said, but her explanation wasn't what I expected. She wasn't apologetic. She was angry that I'd violated her privacy. When I asked how she could do this to us, to me, she said those words I'll never forget. "It's none of your business what I do when I'm not with you." None of my business? Her husband of 5 years? I didn't know how to respond. I just sat there, stunned, as she packed an overnight bag and left. She came back 3 days later, acting like nothing had happened. I thought maybe she'd had time to reflect, to realize what she was throwing away. Instead, she told me something that shattered me even more. M wasn't the only one. There had been others, some one-night stands, some ongoing affairs. At least 5 different men over the past 2 years. "This is who I am," she said, calm as if discussing the weather. "I love you, but I need this. You can accept it or not. Friends tell me to leave her. My therapist gently suggests the same. Logically, I know they're right. She's betrayed me repeatedly, shows no remorse, and has made it clear she won't change. But here's the pathetic part. I still love her. The thought of life without Dana makes me feel hollow inside. We built our lives together. We have history, inside jokes, dreams. When she's not being this cruel stranger, she's still the woman who nursed me through pneumonia last winter, who knows exactly how to make me laugh when I'm down. I don't know what to do. Every option feels wrong. Stay and live with constant betrayal? Leave and lose the person who, despite everything, still feels like home? 2 weeks after Dana's confession, we entered an uneasy stalemate. We shared our home like polite strangers, exchanging pleasantries about dinner plans and utility bills while the elephant in the room grew larger by the day. I couldn't sleep, lost 15 pounds, and started calling in sick to work. My boss was understanding at first, but his patience was wearing thin. I tried to discuss boundaries with Dana. "Can we at least agree that you won't bring them to our home?" I asked one night over our silent dinner. She looked at me with something between pity and contempt. "I won't make promises I can't keep," she replied. "This apartment is half mine." The worst part wasn't the affairs themselves. It was how Dana seemed to enjoy my pain. She'd leave evidence for me to find. Hotel receipts in her coat pockets, mysterious text notifications when her phone was within my view, lipstick shades she never wore smudged on her collar. Each discovery was like reopening a wound that hadn't begun to heal. My brother Mike came to visit and was horrified by what he saw. "She's abusing you," he said bluntly. "This isn't love, man. This is psychological torture." I tried to defend Dana, explaining how wonderful things used to be, how sometimes I still caught glimpses of the woman I fell in love with. Mike just shook his head. "That woman is gone, if she ever existed at all." His words haunted me because deep down, I feared he was right. Had I imagined the connection we once shared? Had she been manipulating me from the beginning? I decided to meet with a divorce attorney, just to understand my options. The consultation was clarifying, but terrifying. We owned our home jointly. We had merged finances. Untangling our lives would be complicated and expensive. When I returned home, Dana was waiting. "I saw the lawyer's business card in your wallet," she said. Her tone wasn't angry. It was almost amused. "I need to protect myself," I replied, trying to sound stronger than I felt. "You won't go through with it," she said with unsettling confidence. "You're too afraid to be alone. You always have been." Her words cut deep because there was truth to them. Before Dana, I'd struggled with crippling loneliness. She knew this. She'd been the one who held me through panic attacks, who assured me I was worthy of love. Now she was using those same vulnerabilities against me. That night, something shifted. As I lay awake listening to Dana's steady breathing beside me, I realized I was mourning someone who wasn't dead but transformed, or perhaps never existed as I believed. The Dana I loved had been kind, empathetic, honest. This woman sharing my bed was a stranger wearing my wife's face. I started therapy the following week. My therapist, Dr. Levine, specialized in emotional abuse and betrayal trauma. She helped me see that what I was experiencing wasn't love, but dependency. I'd become addicted to the intermittent reinforcement Dana provided, rare moments of affection amid consistent neglect and cruelty. Healing begins with honesty, Dr. Levine told me. And the honest truth is that you cannot make someone respect you. You can only decide what treatment you're willing to accept. I knew she was right, but knowing and doing are different beasts. Every time I steeled myself to leave, Dana would sense it somehow. She'd become temporarily attentive, affectionate, reminiscent of our early days together. Just enough hope to keep me tethered to her. 6 months have passed since I discovered Dana's affairs. 6 months of therapy, sleepless nights, and painfully slow progress towards self-respect. Today marks a turning point I never thought I'd reach. The catalyst came 3 days ago. I arrived home early from a business trip to find Dana and a man I'd never seen before in our bed, our marriage bed. They didn't even scramble to cover themselves. Dana just looked annoyed at the interruption. "You weren't supposed to be home until tomorrow," she said, as if I was the one who had violated some agreement. Something inside me finally broke, not with rage or dramatic shouting, but with a quiet clarity that felt almost peaceful. I walked out without saying another word, checked into a hotel, and called my attorney. The next morning, I returned to pack some essentials. Dana was making coffee in the kitchen, watching me with curious detachment as I moved through our home collecting clothes, toiletries, and important documents. "So this is it?" she asked, sounding mildly interested. "You're actually leaving?" "Yes," I said simply. "You'll be back," she replied with the same confidence she'd always had in her power over me. "You always come back." I paused at the door, looking at this woman I had loved so desperately. "Not this time, Dana." For the first time since this ordeal began, I saw a genuine surprise in her eyes. Maybe even a flicker of fear. She hadn't expected me to find this strength. Neither had I. The divorce proceedings won't be easy. Dana has already made it clear she'll fight for everything. The house, the savings, even custody of our dog. My attorney says her infidelity gives us leverage, but Dana's family has money and connections that mine doesn't. I'm staying with Mike for now. He's been my rock through all of this, never once saying, "I told you so," even though he certainly could. My therapist has connected me with a support group for survivors of emotional abuse. Hearing others' stories, some far worse than mine, has helped me understand that what happened wasn't my fault. The hardest truth I've had to accept is that I still love parts of Dana, or at least the person I thought she was. That love doesn't disappear overnight, no matter how badly someone treats you. But I'm learning that love isn't enough reason to sacrifice your dignity and mental health. Yesterday, I ran into Dana's colleague at the grocery store. She awkwardly mentioned that Dana's been telling everyone I had the affairs, that I abandoned her. Classic projection. A month ago, this would have devastated me. Now, I just feel sad for her. I don't know what the future holds. Dating again seems impossible right now. I have trust issues to work through, old wounds to heal. But for the first time in years, I'm starting to recognize myself again in the mirror. Not as someone's husband or victim, but as a person with inherent worth. If you're reading this and recognizing your own relationship in these words, please know you deserve better. It took me too long to believe that about myself. Don't make the same mistake. To those who offered support and advice on my previous posts, thank you. Your words gave me strength when I had none of my own. I'll update as things progress with the divorce, but for now, I'm focusing on one day at a time. Sometimes the biggest act of love is the one you show yourself by walking away. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.